President Donald Trump told Israel to stop bombing Iran. He wrote on his social media that Israel should not drop bombs on Iran. Trump said this would be a big violation of a peace deal. He told Israel to bring their pilots home right away. Trump was very angry with Israel. He said both Israel and Iran were breaking the ceasefire agreement. The president used strong words to show he was not happy. He said Israel and Iran have been fighting for so long that they do not know what they are doing. Trump made this warning on his Truth Social platform. He wrote in big letters telling Israel to stop. The president said if Israel drops bombs on Iran, it would break the peace deal. He wanted Israeli planes to turn around and go back home. This was a rare moment when an American president spoke so strongly against Israel. Trump was trying to save the ceasefire deal he had just made. He did not want the peace agreement to fall apart. The president knew that more bombing could make the war start again. Trump's words came after Israel said it would attack Iran's capital city, Tehran. Israeli leaders were angry because they said Iran broke the ceasefire first. But Trump did not want Israel to respond with big attacks. He wanted both countries to follow the peace deal he helped create. Trump announced a complete ceasefire between Israel and Iran. He said this would end the 12-day war between the two countries. The ceasefire was supposed to stop all fighting. Both Israel and Iran agreed to this peace deal. The ceasefire had special rules about timing. Iran was supposed to stop attacking Israel first. Then Israel would stop attacking Iran 12 hours later. After another 12 hours, the war would be completely over. This step-by-step plan was meant to bring peace slowly. Trump worked hard to make this ceasefire happen. He talked on the phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. American Vice President J.D. Vance also helped with the talks. They spoke with Iranian leaders through other countries. Qatar played an important role in making the peace deal. The Qatari Prime Minister talked to Iranian officials. Qatar helped bring messages between America and Iran. This small country was very important for making peace. The ceasefire came after Iran attacked an American military base in Qatar. This attack happened because America had bombed Iranian nuclear sites. Iran was responding to American strikes on their nuclear facilities. But after this attack, both sides agreed to stop fighting. The war between Israel and Iran began on June 13, 2025. Israel launched surprise attacks on Iranian nuclear and military sites. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said Iran was close to making nuclear weapons. Israel wanted to stop Iran from getting these dangerous weapons. Israel killed important Iranian military leaders in these attacks. They destroyed Iranian air defenses and nuclear facilities. Over 400 people died in Iran because of Israeli attacks. Iran fought back by shooting missiles at Israeli cities. The conflict grew bigger when America joined the fighting. On June 22nd, American planes bombed 3 Iranian nuclear sites. These sites were at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. America used very big bombs called bunker busters. These bombs can break through thick concrete and go deep underground. Iran and Israel have been enemies for many years. They have fought through other groups before this direct war. Iran supports groups that attack Israel. Israel sees Iran's nuclear program as a big threat. The fighting got worse when both countries attacked each other's cities. Iranian missiles hit Israeli towns and killed people. Israeli bombs hit Iranian cities and power plants. Many people on both sides fled their homes because of the danger. Iran said it would follow the ceasefire agreement. Iranian officials told the world they would stop attacking Israel. They accepted the peace deal that Trump proposed. Iran's foreign minister confirmed this decision, but there was confusion about what Iran actually did. Israel said Iran fired missiles after the ceasefire started. These missiles were shot at northern Israel. One missile hit the city of Beersheba and killed 4 people. This happened just before the ceasefire was supposed to begin. Iran denied breaking the ceasefire. Iranian officials said they did not fire any missiles after the peace deal started. They said Israel's claims were false. Iran blamed Israel for breaking the agreement first. The missile attack on Beersheba caused much damage. A 7-story building was hit directly. Rescue teams worked to save people trapped under the broken concrete. Emergency services said several people were killed and many were hurt. Iran had attacked an American military base in Qatar before the ceasefire. This was their response to American bombing of Iranian nuclear sites. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said they hit the Al Udeid Air Base. This base is the biggest American military facility in the Middle East. Trump called Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu on the phone. This call happened while Israeli planes were flying toward Iran. Trump was very firm and direct during this conversation. He told Netanyahu what needed to happen to keep the peace. During the phone call, Trump asked Netanyahu not to attack Iran. Netanyahu said he could not completely cancel the attack. The Israeli leader said some response was needed because Iran broke the ceasefire, but Trump convinced him to make the attack much smaller. After talking to Trump, Israel changed its plans. Instead of bombing many targets in Iran, they only hit one radar system. This radar was located outside Tehran, Iran's capital city. The attack was much smaller than what Israel first planned to do. Trump spoke to Netanyahu in a very strong way. A White House source said Trump was exceptionally firm and direct. The president told Netanyahu exactly what he expected. Netanyahu understood how serious Trump was about keeping the peace. Netanyahu's office said Trump praised Israel during the call. They said Trump appreciated that Israel achieved all its war goals. The Israeli Prime Minister's office also said Trump was confident the ceasefire would work. But this was different from what American officials said about the conversation. Israel's defense minister ordered attacks on Tehran. He said this was because Iran violated the ceasefire agreement. Israel claimed Iran fired missiles at them after the peace deal started. Israeli military leaders said they would respond with force. Israeli fighter jets were ready to bomb Iran's capital city. They planned to hit the heart of Tehran with powerful strikes. But Trump's warning made Israel change these plans. The attack became much smaller than originally planned. Israel said Iranian missiles were fired at northern Israel. These missiles came after the ceasefire was supposed to begin. The Israeli military detected the missiles and sounded warning sirens. People in northern Israel had to go to safe places. The Israeli Air Force ended up making only a small attack. They hit one radar system near Tehran. This was much less than the big bombing they first planned. Israel scaled back their response because of Trump's pressure. Israeli emergency services reported casualties from Iranian attacks. 4 people died in Beersheba when an Iranian missile hit a building. About 20 other people were wounded in this attack. Rescue teams worked to help people trapped in the damaged building. Trump used his Truth Social platform to warn Israel. He wrote in capital letters telling Israel not to drop bombs. His posts were seen by millions of people around the world. Social media became an important tool for stopping the war. Trump's first post told Israel to bring their pilots home. He said bombing Iran would be a major violation. The president wrote, "Do not drop those bombs," in big letters. This message was shared quickly across the internet. After talking to Netanyahu, Trump posted again. He said Israel would not attack Iran. Trump wrote that Israeli planes would turn around and go home. He said they would do a friendly plane wave to Iran. Trump's social media posts came at a critical time. Israeli planes were already flying toward Iran when he wrote these messages. His posts helped convince Israel to cancel their big attack. The power of social media helped prevent more war. The president used simple, direct language in his posts. He wanted everyone to understand his message clearly. Trump's writing style on social media is often very direct. This helped him communicate urgently with world leaders. World leaders watched the crisis carefully. Many countries were worried about a bigger war in the Middle East. The fighting between Israel and Iran could affect the whole region. International observers were concerned about nuclear weapons. European leaders had mixed reactions to the events. Some supported stopping Iran's nuclear program. Others worried about the bombing of nuclear sites. France said the American attacks had no legal basis. The United Nations Security Council was asked to act. There were calls for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East. Many countries wanted the fighting to stop quickly. The international community feared the war would spread. Airlines stopped flying to the Middle East during the crisis. Kuwait Airways, Finnair, and Singapore Airlines canceled flights. Air India stopped services to the region. The UK evacuated 63 British citizens from Tel Aviv. Qatar played a special role as a mediator. Despite Iran attacking the American base in Qatar, the country helped make peace. Qatar's leaders talked to both Iran and America. Their efforts were important for ending the fighting. America bombed 3 Iranian nuclear sites. These were at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. The attacks used very big bombs called bunker busters. These special bombs can go deep underground. The Fordo facility was the hardest target to hit. It is built deep inside a mountain. Normal bombs cannot damage this site. Only America had bombs big enough to reach it. 7B. 2 bomber planes carried out the attack. Each plane carried 2 massive bombs. The bombs weighed 30,000 pounds each. This was the first time these huge bombs were used in war. Satellite pictures showed damage to the nuclear sites. There were big craters around the Fordo facility. Debris was scattered across the area, but experts said Iran might have moved nuclear materials before the attack. Iran's nuclear agency said there was no radiation danger. They checked the sites after bombing. Iranian officials said their nuclear program would continue, but the damage was still very serious to their facilities. The crisis showed how quickly wars can start. Israel and Iran went from indirect fighting to direct war in just days. Both countries were ready to use their most powerful weapons. The world saw how dangerous this conflict could become. Trump's intervention was crucial for stopping the war. His direct communication with both sides helped end the fighting. The president used phone calls and social media to pressure the leaders. This showed how personal diplomacy can work. The ceasefire almost failed several times. Both sides broke the agreement in the first hours. It took strong pressure from America to keep the peace. This shows how hard it is to end wars once they start. The role of other countries was also important. Qatar helped bring messages between enemies. International pressure helped convince both sides to stop fighting. Smaller countries can play big roles in making peace. The crisis ended with both sides claiming victory. Israel said it destroyed Iran's nuclear program. Iran said it defended itself successfully. But the real victory was avoiding a much bigger war. The 12-day conflict could have become much worse without Trump's warnings.